Hey everybody, it's Crazy Craig. Let me turn on this light over here. Listen, I want to tell y'all this story. And it's a true story. And it's about when I was 16 years old at the time. And I had just recently got my first car, and it was an old Datsun 210, I believe is what it was. And you know, those cars were pretty indestructible. It wasn't like those fiberglass cars we drive around now. But I managed to destroy my Datsun, I sure did. Yo, I was 16, my daddy had co-signed me to get this car, and I was just as happy as a pearl in an oyster. Yes, I was. And I decided one day I was going to go pick up my friend, and we would go see another friend of mine. So we going down this back country road, y'all, and there wasn't no other vehicles on the road at that time. So I'm going about 65, and I'm swerving back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, you know, from lane to lane, just scaring her mainly, laughing, having a good time. Well, another car started to approach us in the opposite lane, so I got back in my lane and I stayed there and I let this car pass. Well, we had almost come up to the road that I needed to turn on to get to this other friend of ours' house. Yo, I'm going about 65 still at the time, and for some ungodly reason, my friend thought it would be funny to reach over and jerk the steering wheel. Yo, I don't know what this woman thought was going to happen when she reached over and jerked that steering wheel. But let me tell y'all. We left the road at 65 miles an hour. And we hit this field. And we started to roll and bounce. We flipped that car 8 times, end over end. And when we wasn't going end over end, we were doing barrel rolls. Well, every time we'd do a barrel roll, the car would land on her side it would hit the ground on her side of the car, so it would make the window smaller and smaller and smaller. Yeah, when that car finally quit rolling on the last roll, it threw me out. And all I could hear was hissing, and I could hear her screaming, trying to get out of the car. And she was hollering, "Oh my God, the car is gonna blow up. The car is gonna blow up." So, like I said, that window was so small, and my friend, she's a pretty good sized girl. So, I'm over there, she trying to get out the window, and she got her head and maybe her shoulders out. Well, I grab her by the arms, and I'm trying to pull her out the car, because we hear this hissing noise, and she's hollering that the car's gonna blow up. So I'm trying to pull her out. Well, I happened to look over about 5 minutes into this fiasco, and I see that my driver's side door is standing wide open. So I told her, I said, "Vanessa," I said, "my door is standing open. Just go over there and go out my door." So she jumped over the gear shifter, and she get on my side of the door, and y'all, this child did a backflip right out that car. She was in such a hurry, she just flipped backwards right outside the car and just hit the ground. Bloom, just like that. Y'all, she come around there to where I was at, and we still hear this hissing noise. Well, come to find out, she's still hollering the car gonna blow up. And it suddenly dawned on me that hissing noise was just coming from the tire losing air. So I told her, I said, "Girl, calm down." I said, "This car ain't gonna blow up." I said, "It's just a tire." And she said, "Oh, okay." So we all discombobulated. We don't know where we at. Because when we left the road, we kept traveling. We was just doing it in flips. So we was a little discombobulated. We didn't know where we were. Well, it just so happened that these people whose field we had landed in, they had just recently plowed this damn thing. And thank God they did, because neither one of us would probably have survived that crash. But we finally get our bearings about us, and we see this little long light off in the distance, and it's the porch light of the people's field we had landed in. So y'all, about halfway up to this house, it hit me that I had just destroyed my car. A car that my daddy had co-signed with me. So I get to hollering, "Vanessa, my daddy is gonna beat me. He is gonna kill me. I don't know what I'm gonna do, Vanessa. We have just totally destroyed my car. My daddy is gonna beat me." Well, at this time, Vanessa, she was still pretty calm. You know, she was a little shaken, a little rattled up, but she was more calm than I was. So we almost get up to the house, and she said, "Now when we get up here, don't say nothing." She said, "You let me do the talking. You were too upset to talk. Now, y'all have to realize these are two 16-year-olds trying to ration things out and be in control of stuff. And at 16 years old, that's a hard thing to do. So I tell her, I say, okay, I won't say nothing. I won't say nothing. Y'all, we knock on the door, and this man opens the door, and he's probably in his 70s. And the first thing that pops out of my mouth, tears coming down my face, I said, my daddy's gonna beat me. Y'all, this man looked at me and he said, son, does your daddy do that on a regular basis? I said, no. I said, but I don't wreck my car on a regular basis either. He said, Mildred. He talking to his wife. So Mildred come to the door with him and he said, Mildred, these kids have wrecked their car in our field. Mildred looked at him and she said, I thought I heard a backfire. A backfire? Damn, Mildred. A backfire? I flipped my car 8 times and Mildred thought it was a backfire, y'all. So this man, he asked me, he said, son, do you want me to call the police and get them out here? And I said, no. I said, wasn't nobody involved but us. And I'll just go home and I'll get my daddy and bring him over here and see what he wants to do. So that's what we did. And they let us use their phone, and we called Vanessa's mother. And she was on her way to come get us. Well, these people left us outside on the front porch. And me and Vanessa, we're trying to come up with a story of how in the world we are going to explain how my car left the road and ended up 11 miles off of the road in the field. Y'all, we come up with us a story. And this is what we come up with. We decided in our infinite wisdom that we would tell her mother and my parents that a cow had run across the road in front of us, causing us to jerk the steering wheel and land 11 miles in this man's field. Y'all, a cow. We chose a cow. In the damn country, we chose a cow. A cow, people. Not a deer. Not a dog. But a cow. A cow. And I want y'all to know we stuck to that story until we were well into our adulthood. We was questioned about it. People want to know, how in the world did a cow make y'all wreck? But we stuck to that story until we were well into our adulthood. That's a true friend right there. Somebody that'll wreck with you and lie with you about it to cover it up. And just so y'all know, Vanessa and I, neither one were hurt. I think Vanessa hurt her back a little bit, and she still complains with her back and blames it on that car wreck. But I walked away without a scratch on me, and I thank God for that. Probably due to the fact that this old farmer had plowed his field earlier that day. And had that not been, that would have been some hard ground, and, it would have probably killed both of us. But I tell y'all that story to tell y'all this. Don't ever underestimate the power of love that your parents have for you. Because once Vanessa's mother had came and picked me up and took me to my house, I walked into the living room and my mother and daddy sat there. And I had calmed down by then, and I said, I wrecked my car. And I said it just that calm. I wrecked my car. My mom said, boy, shut up. You ain't wrecked no car because you would be all upset. Y'all, tears started flowing. And I said, no, Mama, I really wrecked my car. Daddy, I am so sorry that I have wrecked my car and it is not drivable. Please don't beat me and don't be mad at me. And in that moment, my daddy got up and hugged me and he said, son, I'm just glad you're okay. And they was calm until they got to that field and saw what I had done to that car. But then they wasn't upset with me. They were upset and happy at the fact that both of us survived that car wreck without a scratch. So people, don't ever underestimate the love of your parents. If you mess up, let them know you messed up. As long as you okay, they'll be happy. They might get a little upset and huff and holler and throw it up in your face every once in a while, but they'll be happy. So with that said, this is my video for the day, and I thank y'all for watching. Please continue to like and follow and share my page and my videos with people you think might get a kick out of it, and encourage them to share it. I'm up to 103 followers now. Thank God, I've been blessed. This is day 4 of my comedy page, and I've been really, really blessed. So with that said, I'm going to sign off for the day. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Give me a like, love, and share. And until the next time, this is Crazy Craig signing off. Bye-bye now.